Hello, and welcome back to the couch. We saved you a seat. My name is Luke, and today we're going to be checking out the review for Daredevil Born Again, Season 1, Episode 3, titled The Hollow of His Hand. We're going to talk about the big four things that I just thought were amazing and we'll show a reaction to. The things we liked, some of the things we didn't like, and just an overall review of the episode. So the first big thing that we're going to talk about, Officer Powell is still alive.
You know you don't need those glasses indoors, right?
I'm sorry, are you talking to me? Who's there?
Oh, he thinks, Officer Powell, oh, you don't need those glasses because he thinks he can see.
Can fight.
Officer Powell.
Ooh.
You know, Murdock, I bet Judge Cooper would be interested to hear that you're interfering with
Totally
police
thought he was
investigation.
unalived.
Oh, I think you mean a shakedown.
Well, doesn't exactly seem ethical. I bet he'd throw you right off the case.
Well, at least I won't go to jail. Witness tampering is a serious offense. Now maybe you get lucky and the DA only slaps you with a misdemeanor.
Ooh.
But I doubt it. I'll see you in court, officer.
I thought he was unalived. Zero chance he was alive. Number two is they put the White Tiger on the stand and said his name out loud.
Wasn't the first time, was it?
Oh no.
I don't understand.
Well, I'm just saying, you've put yourself in harm's way before. Many times. The question is, why?
Is this going to help?
Because he was in trouble.
You intervened that night because you're a hero.
Matt, don't do this.
He's going to do it.
Mr. Ayala, yes or no? Are you
He's
the
gonna do it.
vigilante known as the White Tiger?
Objection! Objection, Your Honor.
Yes or
That's
no?
not going to help anybody.
Order in my court.
Both of you, in my chambers, now.
Damn. Which has massive repercussions. And number three is the jury's verdict, which I'm not going to lie to you, I didn't know how they were going to go.
Will the defendant please rise?
In the matter of the people versus Hector Ayala, on the count of murder in the first degree, the jury finds the defendant not guilty.
I mean, I thought he was
Count
going
of
to get
murder in
out,
the
but
second degree, the jury finds the defendant not guilty. On the count of manslaughter in the first degree, the jury finds the defendant not guilty.
oh, see, I thought he was going to get out, but I wasn't sure.
This matter is concluded.
I wasn't sure. Jeez. And number four, and the final thing, the final scene. And what happens to White Tiger.
Vigilantes, they are not heroes.
Oh, no.
I ran on a promise. And the acquittal.
Oh,
of
don't do
Hector
it, Victor.
Ayala demands that I keep it.
Don't do it, Hector. Had to know that was going to happen.
The rule of law must prevail.
Oh. Okay, I don't think that's the Punisher. Yeah. That was graphic. But yeah, those four things were my four favorite parts of the episode. There were also little things that I liked that were part of the episode. I love the criminal unrest that's happening with the vacancy of the kingpin or the head of the table or Vanessa or whomever you want to call it. I love that being in the background when there are so many police within the courtroom. Like, the intention is to say there's no cops on the street because they're all in this courtroom. That's the point, right? They want to show a visual aid that helps with the narrative. I think that's really smart. I think it's smart to incorporate the Punisher emblems on the side of the building for Mr. Torres, or the tattoos, or the other things to know who the corrupt cops are, or the corrupt in that way cops are, and the ones who aren't. Because there are good cops out there, as you hear about in the trial. I like that Torres, who is already he's not a good person, right? He's a drug dealer, he's a CI, he's all these things. That he doesn't come clean. That he sticks with the hand that's fed him. And I don't know that hand is going to serve him well, unfortunately. What else did I like about the episode? I thought Charlie Cox's portrayal of Matt Murdock was better in this episode than in the previous 2 episodes, to be frank with you. He seemed more Matt Murdock. When the first 2 episodes, he's speaking about the city and his representation and how he's so mad that Fisk is mayor. And this episode, it felt really cool. And yeah. Oh, and the whole White Tiger story and how they got the witnesses to kind of confront that. That was all cool. Some of the things I didn't like. Number 1, the title. We don't have to say the title as dialogue in the episode. That's always a little bit cringy. I don't mind that it's there. I don't know if they did that for seasons 1, 2, and 3 of the Netflix Daredevil series. But yeah, we don't have to do that. Like, stop doing that. It's every time I've watched an episode, I read the title, and then I'm just like it takes me out of it. Like, don't do that. Don't do that. Thankfully, this one came at the end, so it wasn't so bad. But yeah, what else did I not like? Oh yeah, there's no Daredevil in this episode. That stinks a little bit. Like, I just, it would have been. I don't know what he would have done as Daredevil in this episode, but you don't get any Punisher, you don't get any Daredevil, you don't get any of that gritty fight. I don't mind the lawyer stuff. To be frank with you, I'm actually an advocate for the lawyer stuff. Hey-o! But, yeah. It's just okay. Like, I can do without it. It's a lot of lawyer stuff. I wish I had the Daredevil in more of the episode. Hopefully episode 4 will be a little bit more, but yeah. And then the last thing I didn't necessarily like, could have done without the thugs being evil. Like, they seem evil and not dangerous. Like, none of the bad guys in the series right now, the 3 people that Vanessa's aide went to go speak to, none of those 3 guys seem dangerous. They just seem evil. Like, I'm sure when we see Punisher again, like, Punisher is dangerous. Daredevil is dangerous. The rest of these people are dangerous. These 3 dudes seem just evil, which is boring and childish. And I could be wrong, but that was my impression of the first 3 episodes, or the first 2 episodes, and then this one. So we're going to do a quick rundown of what happens. Matt visits the White Tiger in prison, tells the story of the frogs who mate for life. The BB reporter's still doing a thing, which is pretty cool. The 2 thugs roll up and get offed. Which accelerates the story of there not being a person at the head of the crime table. Matt runs into Officer Powell in the restroom. So we thought Officer Powell was unalived. I don't know how he's alive. He got tossed onto his head, but his neck hit first. Don't know how that happened, but still one of my favorite scenes. Maybe still my favorite scene in all of comic books. Then we go into the courtroom where Officer Powell's on the stand, and you can tell there's some animosity between he and Matt because Matt doesn't think he's Daredevil, but he knows that Matt's not who he says he is, and I kind of like that. Officer Powell gives his side, but there's a ton of hesitation in his storytelling. If you've ever been in a courtroom, hesitation means uncertainty. And so that was kind of on the nose. Torres is the only witness they have if they don't use the White Tiger bit. So of course they try to get Torres out. They've got him hidden from the cops. They try to get him before he can get there. He does get into the courtroom as the final witness in the last moment, and he caves to the cops, which stinks. So they have to put the White Tiger on the stand, and when they put the White Tiger on the stand and they say he's the White Tiger, of course, that's going to put into motion the rest of the story, right? Like, the cops are going to be out against the White Tiger. Anything that happens to White Tiger, and of course what happens at the end of the episode, is going to affect Matt to his core. Fisk sees a way to ally himself with the cops. It was a bold move by Matt Murdock that won in the short term, but he's going to lose it in the long term, unfortunately. And that stinks. That stinks a lot because I like it. You see the tracksuits that are there, and they're the kind of unruly bad guys. You get some of the information about White Tiger, that he is legitimately a great person. He's a good person who dresses up like a white tiger and does his thing on the streets, and he's good for the people, and that's really cool. The jury verdict, even though I had a feeling I knew where it was going to go because of how the story progressed, the jury verdict still had a lot of tense moments, which I loved. Then you get, Fisk finds out about what happens and wants to speak to the street level reporter, the BB Reports person, and Matt Murdock is cooking for his girlfriend, and they have a little bit of whiskey to discuss what happens. And this is where you're like, hold in your hand. I mean, the title of the show. Then, though, we get the final moment, and that is White Tiger goes back out at night, to help people, and he gets unalived, and you're led to believe that it's a Punisher. It's the Punisher. I don't think that's the Punisher. The Punisher doesn't punish like that, right? He doesn't hurt good people. That's one of the Punisher followers, or one of the people. Unfortunately. So yeah, that was the whole episode. Is it just another episode of Suits on USA? Maybe. But I'm thinking it's gonna liven up in the next episode. Even Charlie Cox and Vincent D'Onofrio said that the episode 4 is gonna be pretty good. There's something that happens in episode 4 that's gonna be good. So can't wait for next episode. I'm excited for it. Solid episode. I like this as a button to the first 3 episodes. If this show's in arcs, and episode 1, 2, and 3 are one episode, right? That's what it seems like. And now Matt Murdock is going to go off to do something else for 3 more episodes, and then 3 more episodes, and I think we get 9, right? We get 9. So yeah. It looks like it's 3 episode arcs. That's what it feels like. Could be wrong. Haven't seen episode 4 yet. But yeah, that's what it kind of feels like. Anyway, that's my review. It's a solid episode, not as good as episode 2. But it was important and thoughtful and sets up the rest of the series, I think, pretty well. We could just be watching it non-stop action thrill ride the rest of the time, and I'd be cool with it. Anyways, if you like this video, please feel free to like and subscribe and share. And we'll catch you next time here on the couch. Later.